Durable performance does not happen by accident. It is not created by pressure alone. It is not created by slogans. It is not created by one strong leader constantly pushing the organization forward. Durable performance is shaped by the system around the work. That is the central idea behind the durable performance system. Performance is structural. It is produced by the conditions people operate inside every day. Those conditions influence what people notice, what they prioritize, what they avoid, what they escalate, what they protect, and what they repeat. When the system is designed well, strong performance becomes easier to sustain. When the system is misaligned, even capable people begin to struggle. Teams slow down. Decisions stall. Information gets distorted. Accountability weakens. Standards become negotiable. And leaders find themselves solving the same problems again and again. The durable performance system looks at 5 forces that shape performance: incentives, authority, information flow, accountability, consequence. These 5 forces do not explain every detail of organizational life, but they explain a great deal about why performance strengthens, weakens, or drifts over time. They help leaders move beyond surface-level symptoms. Instead of only asking, "Why are people not performing?" they can ask, "What is the system teaching people to do?" That shift matters. Because if you misread a system problem as a people problem, you will usually apply the wrong solution. More pressure, more reminders, more meetings, more urgency, more escalation. Sometimes those things are necessary, but they do not fix structural misalignment. If the system continues to reward the wrong behavior, the same performance problems will return. That is why leaders need a framework, a way to see the system beneath the symptoms. The first force is incentives. Incentives answer the question, what does this organization actually reward? Not just what it says it rewards. The real incentive system is revealed by what advances, what gets promoted, what gets praised, what gets protected. If the person who damages trust still gets promoted because their numbers are strong, the system has created an incentive. People watch what happens. They adapt to what the organization actually rewards. A durable performance system requires incentive clarity. If the incentive system is misaligned, the organization will keep producing distortion. The second force is authority. Authority answers the question, who has the power to decide? This matters because execution depends on decision rights. Authority problems often appear as speed problems. Managers may be trapped under approval layers. That creates drag. Nobody knows who can approve the work. Nobody knows who can say no. So the organization waits. It schedules another meeting. That is an authority design problem. Durable performance requires clear authority. When authority is clear, execution becomes cleaner. When authority is unclear, accountability weakens. The third force is information flow. Information flow answers the question, how does truth move through the organization? Every organization depends on signal, but information often gets distorted. Bad news gets softened. Risks get delayed. Reports get polished. Activity gets confused with progress. This is dangerous. Durable performance requires truth to move early enough to be useful. The goal is not more noise. The goal is cleaner truth. Information flow is not only a communication issue, it is a performance issue. The fourth force is accountability. Accountability answers the question, who owns what, by when, to what standard? It is not a personality trait. it has to be designed. Without clear conditions, accountability becomes vague. Everyone agrees in the meeting, but no one owns the outcome. Accountability is not a speech. It is a structure. The system has to make ownership clear enough to be acted on. Strong accountability is clear. When accountability is designed well, performance becomes easier to sustain. The fifth force is consequence. Consequence answers the question, what happens when the standard is met, missed, or violated? This is where the system becomes believable. If a standard is violated and nothing happens, the system has taught people that the standard is optional. Consequence does not mean punishment for every mistake, but standards must mean something. Durable performance requires consistent consequence. These 5 forces work together. Incentives, authority, information flow, accountability, and consequence. Align them and performance becomes durable. When these forces are misaligned, the organization begins to drift. The operating system is teaching something else, and over time, people adapt. That is why leaders need to manage the system, not just the symptoms. If execution is slow, look at authority. If trust is weakening, look at incentives. The 5 forces give leaders a practical way to diagnose performance. Instead of asking who caused this, ask what force is misaligned. This helps leaders see performance as something produced by structure, not just personality. Durable performance comes from aligning the forces. That is how organizations build performance that can last. If this way of thinking is useful, visit curtisstoaks.com. Start with the drift diagnostic and subscribe for more on durable performance, because performance is structural. Understanding the forces is where it begins.